The NSA, it's like the quiet kid in class who's secretly a ninja master. You know they exist, but you're not quite sure what they do. They listen to everything, watch everything, and know things about you that you don't even tell your therapist. The National Security Agency is America's top secret spy agency. Their job? To protect the country from threats both foreign and domestic. But their methods? Let's just say they've sparked a few debates about privacy and freedom. The NSA's story begins during World War II, when cracking codes could mean the difference between victory and defeat. It was officially born in 1952, right in the heart of the Cold War, when the threat of communism loomed large. From its shadowy beginnings, the NSA has grown into a technological behemoth, with more computing power than you can shake a stick at. But with great power comes great responsibility, and the NSA's actions have often been shrouded in secrecy and controversy. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into the world of spies, surveillance, and the never-ending quest for security. Before there was an NSA, there was confusion. Imagine America's intelligence agencies as a bunch of toddlers with walkie-talkies. No one knew what the other was doing. Enter World War II, where the ability to decipher enemy communications became crucial. The US Army's Signal Intelligence Service stepped up, breaking Japanese codes and giving the Allies a major edge. But after the war, things got messy again. Different parts of the government were doing their own spying, with no central authority. Then in 1952, President Truman signed a top-secret memo that changed everything. This memo, shrouded in secrecy, officially created the National Security Agency. The NSA's mission was simple: keep America safe by listening in on the world's secrets. They were the ultimate eavesdroppers, tasked with intercepting and decoding foreign communications. The Cold War was in full swing, and the NSA was on the front lines, battling the Soviet Union in the shadows. The NSA has two main jobs: SIGINT and information assurance. Think of it like this: SIGINT is the offense, and information assurance is the defense. SIGINT stands for Signals Intelligence. It's basically a fancy way of saying spying on electronic signals. We're talking phone calls, emails, text messages, internet traffic, you name it, the NSA wants to hear it, or read it. They're like the world's biggest ear, always listening for whispers of threats against America. But it's not just about listening. The NSA also has to protect America's own secrets. That's where information assurance comes in. They're the digital bodyguards, making sure that no one hacks into government systems and steals sensitive information. Of course, the NSA doesn't work alone. They collaborate with other intelligence agencies like the CIA and FBI, sharing information and resources to keep America safe. They also provide crucial support to the military, helping to plan operations and keep troops out of harm's way. The NSA's history is full of secret missions and programs with cool names that sound like they're straight out of a spy movie. Let's take a look at some of the most well-known and controversial ones. Echelon. Imagine a giant ear in the sky listening to every phone call and radio transmission on Earth. That's Echelon, a global network of spy stations that's been around since the Cold War. It's like the NSA's own personal Google Earth, but for communications. Prism. Remember that time you sent a private message on Facebook and then saw an ad for the exact same thing you were talking about? That might be Prism at work. This program collects data directly from tech giants like Google, Facebook, and Microsoft, giving the NSA access to a treasure trove of personal information. X-Keyscore. If the internet is a giant library, then X-Keyscore is the NSA's library card. This powerful program allows analysts to search through vast amounts of internet data, including emails, browsing history, and social media posts. It's like Google on steroids, but for spies. These are just a few examples of the NSA's vast surveillance capabilities. While the agency argues that these programs are necessary to prevent terrorism and protect national security, critics argue that they go too far, violating the privacy of innocent people. The NSA's love of secrets has gotten them into hot water over the years. Turns out, people tend to get a bit antsy when they find out the government is spying on them. One of the first big scandals was the Church Committee investigation in the 1970s. This Senate committee uncovered a whole bunch of shady stuff, like the NSA spying on American citizens without warrants and collecting data on anti-war activists. It was a big wake-up call, leading to some reforms and oversight of the agency. But the biggest bombshell came in 2013 when Edward Snowden, a former NSA contractor, leaked a trove of classified documents to the press. Snowden's revelations exposed the massive scope of the NSA's surveillance programs, including the collection of phone records and internet data from millions of Americans. The Snowden leaks sparked a global debate about privacy and security. Governments argued that these programs were necessary to prevent terrorism, while privacy advocates argued that they were a gross violation of civil liberties. The fallout from the Snowden leaks continues to this day, with ongoing legal challenges and calls for greater transparency and oversight of the NSA. The NSA in the age of the internet. Remember dial-up internet? Yeah, the NSA probably does too. But the internet has changed a lot since then, and so has the NSA. With the rise of social media, smartphones, and the Internet of Things, we're generating more data than ever before. And you can bet the NSA is paying attention. They've had to adapt their methods to keep up with the ever-evolving digital landscape. One of the biggest challenges for the NSA is encryption. More and more people are using encrypted messaging apps and virtual private networks or VPNs to protect their online privacy. This makes it harder for the NSA to intercept and read our communications, even if they have a warrant. Another challenge is the sheer volume of data. The NSA collects so much information that it's difficult to make sense of it all. They're increasingly relying on artificial intelligence and machine learning to sift through the data and identify potential threats. So, what does the future hold for the NSA? One thing's for sure, the debate about privacy and security isn't going away anytime soon. As technology continues to evolve, the NSA will face new challenges and opportunities for surveillance. They'll need to find a balance between protecting national security and respecting civil liberties. It's a tough job. But hey, nobody said spying was easy. One thing that could help is greater transparency and oversight. The more the public knows about what the NSA is doing, the better equipped we are to hold them accountable. Congress has already taken some steps in this direction, but there's still a long way to go. Ultimately, the future of the NSA depends on us. We need to have a serious conversation about how much surveillance we're willing to tolerate in the name of security. It's a conversation that involves all of us, from policymakers to tech companies to everyday citizens. The price of security privacy in the digital age. In the post-9/11 world, we're constantly reminded that security comes at a price. But what about the price of privacy? How much are we willing to give up in the name of safety? The NSA's actions force us to confront these uncomfortable questions. When the government has the power to collect our phone records, emails, and internet history, it erodes our fundamental right to privacy. And once those rights are gone, they're not easy to get back. Some argue that if you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to hide. But privacy isn't just about hiding bad things. It's about freedom of thought, freedom of expression, and the right to live our lives without constant surveillance. The NSA's surveillance programs have a chilling effect on free speech. When people know they're being watched, they're less likely to speak their minds or engage in dissenting activities. This creates a climate of fear and self-censorship, which is harmful to a healthy democracy. The NSA is a paradox, a secretive organization tasked with protecting an open society. Their work is shrouded in secrecy, yet their actions have a profound impact on our lives. There's no doubt that the NSA plays a vital role in keeping America safe. They've foiled terrorist plots, tracked down criminals, and provided crucial intelligence to our military. But their methods have also raised serious concerns about privacy and civil liberties. The NSA's legacy is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, they've helped to prevent attacks and keep us safe. On the other hand, their mass surveillance programs have eroded our privacy and made us all less free. As we move further into the 21st century, we need to find a better balance between security and freedom. The NSA needs to be held accountable for its actions, and we need to have a serious conversation about the limits of surveillance in a democratic society. The future of our privacy and our freedom depends on it. Thank you for watching. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more of such contents.